quick. All right, good morning. Welcome to Manhud. Today is, what is today? It's Thursday today, April 2nd. We're past April Fool's Day. There's no chance I'm going to make any jokes, so everybody's safe. I'm excited for that. Today, we're going to be traversing, there it is, Erich von Erich. Good morning, man. You're always quick on the draw. I was a little late this morning. Appreciate you being here. How are you today? How are you? Be wary of group. Morning, Donnie. Good morning, Heavenly Breath. What's up, man? Welcome in. Today we're going to be going through Job chapter 31. And this is, I don't know if this is, it's not Job's last words maybe, but it's the last in this procession of his outcry. And Job basically stands before heaven and says, search my life, test my motives, look at my actions. If I'm guilty, let it be shown. And very confident in his integrity still. Dominic, thank you for liking the live, man. I appreciate it. Okay, I've got to figure out how to not die. I don't have anything that's just useful. Does he have a way up? I guess I can go down right there. I was going to try to take him on more one at a time instead of all at once. Sweet, we did it. All right. Before we get into that, let's go through our daily proverb as well as our gratitude for the day. The proverb today comes from Proverbs 11, starting in verse 17. A man who is kind benefits himself. What does it say? Okay. Man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. They're very short, simple truths. Do you think this is going to rot me if I step in there? No, it's blood. Okay. Yeah, that's why I wanted to go one at a time. What is happening? Oh no, I can't get out. Hold on. I gotta move. We got a giant note on the front of our screen about an update. Close. There we go. We're good. All right, gratitude for the day. I'm going through 3 things I'm grateful for. If you guys want to join, feel free to. Sawyer, thanks for being here, man. Thanks for liking the live. Ouch. Okay, hold on. There's so many of them, it's crazy. All right, let's run this way. Hold on, we're gonna fix this real quick. First thing I'm grateful for today, super grateful for the ability to like multitask on computers. Be able to open like multiple tabs at once. They all just stand back, it was good. And get a lot done. I'm very, very grateful for it. There we got that guy. There's so many, it's crazy. I'm also grateful, oh my goodness, hold on, for just the absolute convenience that is like plumbing and heating and air. Man, that's awesome. Can you imagine living at a time where you just had like outhouses and no running water? People do that even today. Did you guys know that? Still do it. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I'm going to stop him. Right. Almost died. What is this? I feel like it's going to be let down. Yeah. Oh, no. All right, we're dead. Growing up in Mexico, I had plenty of friends who had outhouse. Yeah. And I've been to a couple places that have been similar. But here now, it's like people don't even have a concept of what that would be like. So we have to kill all these guys and then go and kill the main. Okay, that felt like a ripoff. You get a lot of runes though from doing that. Oh, third thing I'm grateful for, and their houses are made of random scraps. Yeah, I spent some time in Africa, and there was quite a bit of stuff like that. Some of it was in the actual city, and then others like way out in the middle of what they called the bush, but it was very, very similar. But the other random stuff, or just dirt straight up, you know. Hi, Mrs. Bull. Anyway, it's a huge blessing here where we live. Huge blessing. I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful, and this is like already lagging this morning. I'm also grateful for just, man, God's creation, just being able to go outside and just be in awe of beauty directly outside. It's just crazy to me. It's cool. But we're going to die. All right. I don't even remember how I got to where I was before. Okay, quick recap before we get into the chapter. All right, we're going to go through where we've been up to this point, just in case there's anybody here that isn't aware of what's going on. Up to this point in the book of Job, Job has lost everything. He's lost his children. He's lost his wealth, his health. Oh, there's a... Nice. And all of his sense of stability. Jaden, thank you so much for following, man. I appreciate it. Oh, can you hear him through this wall? His friends have spent chapter after chapter after chapter coming to him and telling them that his suffering must be punishment for some sort of hidden sin. There must be something going on, but Job has refused to confess what he didn't do. So he's not agreeing with anything that they're saying. He has defended his integrity, challenged their shallow understanding of God, and wrestled openly with God, right? With just the fact that he believes himself to be full of integrity, and yet all this stuff is happening. And so he openly speaks before God in a way that most men would be uncomfortable to do. It's a challenging thing to get on board with. And then he spends time also reflecting on both his former life as well as his present suffering. And in chapter 31, Job makes his final case, right? That's what we're heading into right now. If there's hidden wickedness in him, let it be exposed. But if not, then his suffering cannot be explained by the categories that his friends have given for the reason that he's suffering. Right? Ronaldo, hello. Welcome in, man. So Job 29, we read 29 to 30 yesterday. Job 28 is the search for wisdom. That was that beautiful chapter. It's one of my favorite chapters in the book. Excuse me, where Job is calling out that wisdom is rarer than fine gold and all this other stuff. Jaden, thank you for following. Wow. We got two Jadens back to back. Welcome in. So 28 was this beautiful picture of like wisdom being more rare than gold and precious jewels. Man cannot find it. It is in with the hands of God. And then 29 is, hey, this is what I used to be. This is what my life used to look like. This is how I used to be honored and respected. And now all of that is stripped away and is no longer. We're not killing all these guys again. We're running in here and seeing who this is. Where am I from? America. Oh my goodness, they're killing me through the wall. They're killing me through the wall. Yeah, that went great. That was awesome. So, this is who I used to be. I was respected. I was revered. This is how people used to see me. And then in chapter 30, he goes into, this is what I have become. This is what I am now. This is what's happened with me. This is the best combo. Gaming while listening to the word. Love from New Zealand. Thanks, Becky. Appreciate that. Ronaldo, where are you from, man? Sorry. Job 30 goes into, this is what I've become. I am low. I've been brought down. I am nothing, right? And I continue to be taken down by even the lowest people possible on the earth, right? The scum of the earth. Vietnam. Nice. Sorry, Vietnam. That's awesome. So that's where we're at. We're going into 31. And this is where Job essentially makes the cry, right? We had 29, this is who I used to be. 30, this is what I've become. And 31, and this is how I actually lived. This is how I actually lived. So, 31, starting in verse 1, I have made a covenant with my eyes. How then could I gaze at a virgin? So he opens up with, once again, a defense of his integrity, right? And it's interesting if you pay attention. Hold on. I wanted to pick up those runes because there's quite a few of them, and I don't want to die yet. Nope, he's still focused on me. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. Whoops. We're going to let him die to this guy real quick, and we'll poison him. All right, here we go. Oh, I did pick him up. It's interesting to pay attention, though, to what he categorizes as prime importance of integrity. So, like, that's what we're going to have to pay attention to here. Hold on. Weird spot in my life right now from D. Felt nice to find you and hear what I need, and thank you. Yeah, D, dude, I'm happy you're here, man. We're here every day. We got him. Here every day. What version do you read from Donnie? Donnie, I'm an ESV. I don't know that I believe that there's like a perfect version of the Bible. But I like, there's different categories of versions, right? So you've got your phrase by phrase translations. I think that's more like, I believe NIV is a phrase by phrase, where they're trying to get the core of the entire like sentence or small portion of it. I think ESV is probably more of a word by word translation, trying to get as close in that way. And then you've got concept translations, right? NIV is good. ESV is probably my favorite. I enjoy it. It's still readable while being pretty close. Becky, I am in South Dakota. Just a nothing Midwest state. We do have Mount Rushmore, though. That's what we've got over here. Morning. Struggling with the 2 gargoyles and also hating Crucible Knights. The gargoyles are tough. You got to cut one of their tails off, though, and then you get a sweet axe. You talking about DS1? Medivera? Never knew people lived there. Yeah, there are some people here. Yeah, KJV's good too. KJV's nice and well respected. That's what KJV is. Yeah, it's well respected. Okay, I made a covenant with my eyes. How then could I gaze at a virgin? What would my portion from God above and my heritage from the Almighty on high? Right? Is not calamity for the unrighteous and disaster for the workers of wicked? Does not he see my ways and number all my steps? So he opens up by saying, Raymond, thanks, man. I appreciate it. God bless you as well. Donnie, KJV is too difficult to interpret. Thanks for the heart, me, Heavenly Breast. I appreciate it, man. I find myself Googling more when reading it. Yeah, Donnie, I think that's a key call out. I think some people get really in the mode of reading KJV, and they understand it, and they're kind of following the these and the thous a lot better. For a lot of people, it's not super conducive. NIV is great. That's what I used to read all the time. I think ESV is the nice mix between being readable and just a direct word for word, so you can kind of see where the words were coming from. So that's where I'm at there. I would make sure to call out that I don't think that there is a thing there's like a perfect translation that is the right one. Also, like what I use actually now and I read mostly off of a screen, which may be sacrilege. Somebody let me know if it's absolutely wrong for me to do that. But Blue Letter Bible. Hey, Brian Rhodes, good morning. Our nightly Bible study, we use NIV, KJV, ESV, and KJV. Yeah, exactly. And compare. Yeah. D, thank you for following, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, Blue Letter Bible. So Tristan knows about this as well. You can put side-by-side comparisons straight up, and it's actually super helpful if you're looking for clarity on a specific verse. You can just literally do a side-by-side comparison of any version that you want, and it shows it all next to each other, and you can see how they all translate it, and if there's any differences, right, and kind of how that looks. I don't think reading from a screen is an issue, but during Sunday service, I prefer they have paper. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I also use this. I use an app where I pull the actual verses, and then I have all this space, so I write nonstop throughout. And then I can re-access these. So I've got all of our sermons with like highlights. I can show you real quick if you're. This might be boring to death. I don't know. But I pull like here. I'll show you. This is it, and I don't know if we'll be able to see it. This is like one of our sermons for church. So I copy and paste an image of the text, and then I've got all my notes next to it and different highlights for different concepts throughout it. And I find that helpful for me, not only in the concept of just reading and writing at the same time, but also taking in more and being able to go back and kind of see what stood out. So there's mine. All right, we'll get back into this. So he's opening up with, oh, I'm going to die. I don't like these things. Also, I hate this weapon for being on horseback. We got one. Oh my goodness, I'm missing everything. We have 183,000 right now? We need to level up. All right, we're good. We're going to go back this way. Where was that? Over here. Looks like... Have you ever read the Book of Enoch? You know what's funny about that, Becky? I've been watching recently Wes Huff talk about the Book of Enoch. It's been really helping me understand kind of the concept of what's going on in that book. I read it once a long time ago. I've thought about going back and reading through it again just for the sake of understanding. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there's a video that I was just watching yesterday of Wes Huff talking through it, and at least giving the context as to what the book is actually about, what it is, when it was written, why it either is or is not included. This is not the way that I was going. Hold on. I don't remember where that hole was that I went in, and I guess I could probably just fast travel to it, huh? Not right now because I'm being chased. It's getting too dark. Can't see anything. Is it over here? No. We're going to keep going. We're going to get out of here. Hold on. So we need to head... Lantern. Can you put a lantern on with the horse? Does that work? Look at that. Look at all this light we've got within 2 feet of us. It's nice. So, you guys should go check out that. And Becky, you should check out that video of Wes House because it's actually super good. Because the book was written between the last book that we have in our current day Bible and the Gospels, right? So it's not during the time or the life of Enoch. The concept of it is more of like a written narrative describing, trying to make sense of the heavenly beings or the spiritual beings, right? Whether that's what we call like angels, demons, that kind of stuff. And it's written from the perspective of Enoch back in the time of his life. But it was widely known to not be like a canon religious text as much as just using literary narrative to make sense of the spiritual realm. But that's coming from a guy who knows literally nothing, and I probably... What? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure I want to fight this guy right now. In fact, no, I'm sure I don't want to fight this guy right now. How far do you think he'll follow me? All right, I'm going this way. We're going to keep reading. My biggest question is, why did God just took him? Like, there's no reasoning anywhere. God can do what he wants, man. God can do what he wants. I don't know. The answer to that, Donnie, is I have no idea. I've always been told it's more of an apocalyptic type of text. Yeah, revealing stuff. Do I know how to speak Vietnamese? I do not, Ronaldo. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. But I have no idea how to speak Vietnamese. We're going down. What platform do you stream from? Most. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitch. We're on Kick. We're on YouTube. The two main ones are probably at this point TikTok and YouTube. We've got some very, very regular people on Kick, which I'm grateful for. Very, very grateful for. That really bothers me. I don't like what's happening right there. All right, we got to keep reading. So he starts out with, if I've looked at a woman lustfully, I should receive my due punishment. Right. That's where he starts with his plea of righteousness, which I think is very interesting. So I made a covenant in my eyes. How could I gaze at a virgin? What would be my portion from God above and my heritage from the Almighty on high? Is it not calamity for the unrighteous and disaster for the workers of iniquity? Does not he see my ways and number all my steps? If I have walked with falsehood and my foot has hastened to deceit. Hold on. We're going to jump over here. Look at that. We've got to start creating stuff. But I don't ever even think about it because we're just reading and then fighting. And I never go update any weapons or do anything other than just keep powering through the game, you know? So, he sees my ways, numbers all my steps. He knows everything inside and out about me, whether this is something I'm doing publicly or something I'm doing privately. He knows it all. And the fact that he starts with a private sin, right? This is where he opens up. So he opens up with a very, very private sin of whether I have gazed upon a virgin, right? Whether I have looked lustfully at a woman is what he's saying here. And so this is something that other people would not know or necessarily see, right? And far too many of us men have a very deep understanding of exactly how easy it is to sin in that area with no one else knowing about it. All right. Is this guy going to get down or is he stuck up there? Gojo, good morning, man. Welcome. Thanks for the heart of me, dude. Hardest area, I would say. Yo, dude. Here we go. Don't even open your mouth. Thank you. We have to find somewhere to sit down pretty soon. When do you feel like you're wasting money? Ronaldo says. Bull's mom, good morning. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. What does it say? Likely destruction. Busy at work. Just had to stop in and say hi. Man, thank you so much for taking time out of your day, dude. I'm going to have a very, very busy day at work as well, which I've got to... This is like my reprieve, getting to sit here and read the word and hang out. Could this be a here? Let there be grace. That's what I need. Man, thanks for doing this. Feeling like I'm finding my kind of people. Yeah, man, thank you for being here. I don't feel like I deserve to have anybody watching me, but I'm super grateful. Super, super grateful. Okay. So... Then he says, does he not see my ways and number all my steps? If I have walked in falsehood and my foot has hastened to deceit, let me be weighed in a just balance and let God know my integrity. So you see, before, all he's been doing is defending his integrity, saying, I am not in the wrong here. I'm not the problem here. I am righteous. And now he almost takes a moment and he's like, hey, here's how my life used to look, right? Here's how it looks today. And now here's how I see myself living. Let me come and let me just have a moment of clarity. If there is something in me, let it be known. If there's something in me I don't see, something in me I'm doing, let it be known. But let it be weighed with a just balance and let God know my integrity. I still am fully convinced that I am a man full of integrity. If my step is turned aside from the way and my heart has gone after my eyes, and if any spot has stuck to my hands, then let me sow and another eat, and let what grows from me be rooted out. If I truly am deserving of this judgment, then let someone else eat the food that I've worked so hard for, right? Let them take it. I'm not opposed to that. Go ahead. Let them take it. Let them see it. Let them have it. We got to level up real quick. Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to push up integrity. I mean, not integrity. Dexterity a little bit more. Job's pushing up his integrity. I'm pushing up my dexterity. All right. If my heart has been enticed toward a woman, and I have lain in wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind for another, and let others bow down on her. This is pretty intense. See you later, Ronaldo. Never been to Vietnam, man. So it's kind of graphic. The point he's making here is essentially like, if I have been wrong and I've done any of this stuff, oh my goodness, if there's nothing under this waterfall, I'm going to be ticked. That was way too inviting of a waterfall. Way too inviting. There we go. Then beast bones. All right. So the first portion is, hey, I have purity and personal discipline. The second portion is I've been honest. I've been full of justice in relationships. And now he's going into like outward sexual integrity, right? That's kind of where he's at. The Rings of Truth. Hello. Welcome. Good morning. Happy you're here. We're going through Job 31 right now. Welcome in. What's this guy? Oh, I gotta get off. I gotta get off my horse. I was told a coffin could convey. Is there a coffin over here? We're going to go coffin writing. If there is. There's no coffin over here. Maybe we got to go down further. What does this say? Man, there's a lot of blood stains going down this thing. All right. So if my heart has been enticed toward a woman, and I have lain in wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind for another, and let others bow down on her, for that would be a heinous crime. If I... Noticing a lot more people playing Elden Ring with Crimson Desert release. I've never tried Crimson Desert. So mine is actually just a coincidence. Because we're trying to read the Bible while we play a video game, and I can't try to play a brand new video game I never played before. I'm gonna die. Yep, I died. Am I in Mount Gilmer? No, we're somewhere in the DLC. That's where we're at now. Okay, so let somebody else take my wife if I've been immoral with a woman, right? Very graphic with how he says it. It's kind of uncomfortable. But for that would be a heinous crime. That would be an iniquity to be punished by the judges. For that would be a fire that consumes as far as Abaddon, as far as total desolation. Yes, Becky, one of the core aspects of Elden Ring is coffin writing. It's fun. And that's both a play on words for the amount of times you die, as well as literal coffin writing. I can go get that. Can I drop down here? Oh yeah, we did it. We did it. Oh, look at this. You know what I'm realizing? I don't think I've used a bow this entire playthrough. I don't think I've touched one. Longbow. Vic MX60, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Throwing knife? Can I aim with it though? How do you aim? Nope, that's not what we want. Nope. Okay, hold on. How do you aim with it? Heavenly breaths. That's not it. I gotta get a bow. I can't do it. We'll just do a long bow. Oh. We did it. I usually just lock on. Might be a ring. Oh, it might be. Okay. I didn't know if it. Couldn't figure out how to make it lock onto it. We can still roll quick even with that on there. Okay, that would be iniquity to be punished by the judges. For that would be a fire that consumes as far as Abaddon. The depth of like sexual sin. Look at how Job views this thing. This is where I kind of wanted to focus today, because I'm massively intrigued by the idea that God views Job as a man blameless and upright. Nobody like him on the entire face of the earth. That's how the entirety of this thing opens up. Right? There's no one like this man on the entire face of the earth. And then look at where he focuses. Rings of truth, thank you for following. Look at how he focuses when he's looking at his integrity. Oh, we got some mushrooms. Where he focuses core at the very beginning multiple times is on purity of his eyes and purity of his body, right? The concept of am I being sexually pure, right? Or have I given myself either through just my eyes or anything else? Let there be two. Oh, okay. This is just telling me about the thing I could pick up. Try out. Okay. So that's where he starts with. He says he totally deserves absolute rings of truth, man. Thank you for being here. We're here every morning. Have a good day. He starts with just looking, and then he follows it up with other concepts that are also like if he's actually done anything. James, thank you so much for following over on Kick. I appreciate it. God refined the best guy there was with hardships. That's a blessing to know right there in hard time. Yeah, James, I agree. I think that's hard for a lot of people who don't have the right viewpoint of God. I think a lot of people struggle with this, specifically from the case that it's like, man, this guy was good, and yet his kids died, and that is a hard thing to get on board with, right? What's up, Lightning McQueen? McKing, sorry. Welcome in. Unfortunately, at work, can't stay long. That's all right. Work is unto the Lord, dude. That's what we're called to do. That's what I got to go do after this. I do as well. Okay, so if I've done any of these horrible things, let everything be taken from me. Let those things actually go the way that all this other stuff is going, right? If I've done these bad things, for it's a heinous crime. And he views sexual sin as very high on the priority list, right? He also says, like, if he walked in falsehood, right? If he's been outside of the realm of full of justice and mercy of the people that he's around, and he's going to go further into that. But pay attention to like what he views as important. Pay attention to what he points out, that if I have done this sin, let these things be done to me, because I think it's very, very important. And it would burn to the root of all my increase. If I have rejected the cause of my manservant or my maidservant when they brought a complaint against me, what then shall I do when God rises up? When he makes inquiry, what shall I answer him? Did not he who made me in the womb make him? This is super important. And thank you for following, James. He knows how we feel in every way and more. Totally agree, man. It's good to have you here. I totally agree. This is super, super important. So this is one of the earliest, I don't remember if I said this, Bull, but good morning. I'm really happy that you're here. How are you doing? Look at how big that lamb is right there. You guys ever seen a lightning lamb? Watch this. They explode with lightning. See? It's pretty cool, huh? They'll even roll down after you and destroy you. What if I want you to interrupt? Will you if I asked you to? I barely got that drink off. Oh my goodness, I'm going to die. What is happening? Did he just throw a tree over? Oh my goodness. You can't be in water when you have lightning lambs. Do you think there's a Stimius? Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Okay, sorry. Pay close attention though. Here's pay attention to what Job views as important, what Job views as a deep sin, and it's really, really interesting because this is one of the earliest books of the Bible, right? This is during the time of the early patriarchs. This is a massively important piece here because a lot of people will assert that it's like, well, God approved for slavery. He approved for the disparity between people. And look at what Job is saying here when he characterizes whether he's been righteous and just and full of justiceness. What's the word? Just been full of righteous and justice. Just straight up justice, probably. Yeah. He talks about if my manservants and maidservants, right? Another word for this is translated in multiple places as slaves. If my female and male slaves have an issue against me and I don't listen, I should be torn down, right? For the same creator who created them created me. We are equal. This is extremely important. From the very, very early on, before the inception of the majority of what we see throughout the Old Testament, right? During the times of the first 2 or 3 books of the Bible, Job is writing with a clear understanding of what righteousness looks like, and it's the fact that all men are created equal, right? That we're all the same. Even the people who are quote unquote slaves and servants in my household all have the same value, all have the same importance to God as I do. And if I've done anything against them, I deserve to have justice done on me, right? James, if he, being righteous, can forgive sinners, we as sinners can forgive one another, not to mention him. Amen, dude. I love that. Grace, brother, grace. Yeah. All right. Is it just me or is anyone else experiencing? You may be experiencing lagging. Every single day we have some of it. I haven't figured out a way to get this thing to run flawlessly yet. Maybe someday. I also live in South Dakota, so that might be part of the problem. Look at this. Donnie, I'm so glad you're here, man. Very, very glad. All right. Did he who made me in the womb, did not he who made me in the womb made him, right? I really need, that's what we're doing, Nick. You're here, dude. We're reading through right now. It's good, man. It's challenging. It's challenging to my perspective, at least. And did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld anything that the poor desired, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail. Right? Okay, so here, this is actually super important. So it's not enough. It's not enough that you don't do wrong. Right? Job's understanding of what true righteousness is to also do what is right. It's not enough just not to do wrong within your body for the sake of whether you're sinning or not. That's not enough. It's what is enough is, like, he's literally saying, hey, if I've done any of these horrible things, I deserve to have this wrath on me. I deserve to be called out. I deserve to be brought low, right? But on the flip side of that, then he says, if I have withheld anything that the poor desired, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or have eaten my morsel alone, and the fatherless have not eaten of it, for from my youth the fatherless grew up with me as with a father, and from my mother's womb I guided the widow. If I have seen anyone perish for lacking of clothing, or needy without covering, if this body has not blessed me, if his body has not blessed me, and if he was not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have raised my hand against the fatherless because I saw my help in the gate, then let my shoulder blade fall from my shoulder. So it's not enough that we clean our life up and stop doing wrong. Job would not be considered righteous and upright if he just did not sin. And this is where we come into the verse, like, if you do the good if you know the good you ought to do and do not do it, it is sin for you. This is a direct tie to that concept. That Job literally points out the fact, it's like, not only have I not done wrong, but if you can find any time where I've seen an orphan or a widow, someone in need, and did not actively clothe them, give them something to eat, take care of them, bless them, then my arm should literally fall off my shoulder. Right? This is equivalent to the sin of any sort of thing that I should not have been doing and I did. Right? It's the same concept there. So his understanding of what true righteousness is goes above and beyond just making yourself free from sin. It is actively going out of your way to bless others, to bless those around you, to bless those in need. and the importance. Like, this is where, Jesus comes in and he's like, perfect religion has, I can't remember the exact phrasing, but perfect religion is essentially to look after orphans and widows in their distress. This is the element of like perfect religion, right? Bull makes me think of Paul writing about doing things he didn't want to do, but not doing things he knows. Yes. Yeah. It's a good call out. And the O lineman, welcome. Happy to have you here. Those people seem like just regular travelers. Those are the people we should have helped in need. I probably deserve the wrath that Job got. Christ is king. Amen, dude. Amen. We're reading Job 31 right now. So anyway, it's just been flooring me as I've been reading this. I think it's so important to understand, like, true rebuke them. That's what we do. Yeah. True righteousness, true uprightness is more than just not doing wrong. It is actively doing everything that you see that you possibly can to do right. Right? To bless those around you. And Job understood that. And Job got it. This is pretty. All this blue. Beautiful. Very, very pretty. All right, we'll keep going. Did we see what they found in the Dead Sea? No, what did they find? What's up, King Andy? Welcome in. Okay, let my arm be broken from its socket, for I was in terror of calamity from God, and I could not have faced his majesty. If I have made gold my trust, or called fine gold my confidence, if I'm putting my faith in any material possession over the joy of knowing God and being close to him, what looks to be Job's wife? A pillar of salt. Lot's wife. Lot's wife? The one who turned back during Sodom and Gomorrah? Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I did know that they found a lot of like completely burnt up sulfur and stuff in the area where that would have rained down. Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. Where did I get the helm? We went into this place and fought the lion, and he had it. Oh, goodness, what is that? I feel like that thing would have killed me. Yep. It's probably still going to kill me. Oh, look at this. Is it chasing me? Oh, nope. We can't go into that water. Sorry. Oh, it's the DLC. I have to get it. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. We played through the main game. We're going through the DLC. Do you think God feels differently toward people dealing with addictions? Man, I think that when we talk about addiction, and you guys are going to have to give me some grace here, I believe that addiction is the natural state of man. Of course, Georgia. Yeah. Welcome back. You're here pretty regularly now. It's good to have you here. Is this game great/difficult as advertised? This is probably one of my top 3 games of all time for me. Stevio. I think it's great. I think it's phenomenal. Both great and difficult. Yeah. I totally agree. There's very few games like this one. It's great. Oh my goodness, I just ran right into another one. We're going to get out. This is one of those. Hold on. We got to pick this up. We're going to drop into this hole. And don't worry, I'm putting on my lantern. Everyone gets upset when I don't put my lantern on. I've seen him die more than any game I've ever played, and I've only been here 4 days. That's very true. Donnie gets it. And you know what? I do that shamelessly. Shamelessly do I die in this game. But that's the thing. You have to have a different relationship with this game. And we'll go back to talking about addiction. Sorry, Bull. We just completely ignored you because I got distracted. It's a completely different experience. Like a part of the game is the puzzle of death. It is you die and then you try again and you learn more, and that is literally the core mechanic of the game. That's why you don't lose everything upon death. You have to die twice to lose everything, because they expect you to die over and over and over again. Yeah. Metroidvanias are similar. I really, really like Hollow Knight. That's kind of what I wanted to play next. Strong foe ahead. So we'll see. So I believe that humankind was literally created. Created is the wrong word. I believe that it is a core aspect of our structure in creation that we are addictive beings. God has created us to crave, to be creatures of habit, and we're made to worship. So the idea that does he view us differently? It's like my perspective is that people trying to beat addiction, I feel like dozens of times. Yeah, but my perspective is that every single human being has a proclivity toward addiction. That is the core of our created structure, because we're created to literally be in service and servitude of the one true creator, and that is the draw, the hope. And so when we negate that, right, when we have any element of that being separated from us, it has to be replaced with something, right? That is the core. We're made to worship. We're made to devote ourselves. And so the core of what we end up doing to try and replace it is always something that is damaging and destructive. And then it's very, very hard to break, because we're literally made to be creatures of habit. We're made to continually do these things. And so I personally, and I think any of us who've ever used social media for more than a day understand the root of addiction, right? You sit there and you continue scrolling, even though it's like, man, this is doing nothing for me. I'm not until you get here, right? This is the area where it's great. You go and watch me and we all read the Bible together. That's awesome. Otherwise, we're essentially just rotting our brains, but we still continue to wake up every morning, turn it on and do it because we're addicted, Do you have to kill Moog to get to the DLC? You do have to kill Moog to get to the DLC. Yes, and if you don't want to kill Moog to get to the DLC, I don't think you should buy the DLC, because the DLC is less. It's less forgiving than Moog by quite a bit. That's at least my belief. I could be wrong. Other people might have a better idea than me. All right, we gotta keep reading. Let's see here. Moog is easy if you get the shackle and crack tier. Yeah, that's probably true. The shackle helps a lot. Or as everyone online says, you just have to get good, and it's really easy then. Everything's easy at that point, All right. For I was in terror of calamity from God, and I could not have faced his majesty. If I have made gold my trust, or called fine gold my confidence, if I have rejoiced because my wealth was abundant, or because my hand had found much, if I looked at the sun when it shone, or the moon moving in splendor, and my heart had been secretly enticed, and my mouth had kissed my hand, this also would be an iniquity to be punished by the judges. He's talking nonstop there about the pursuit of riches over God, right? So this is a call to, what does it say? Monstrosity ahead. Offer grass. Oh, we don't get to... Oh, no. Well, we're just going to parry over and over again, I guess. I feel like I should have been able to get through that. Nope, get over here. Okay, that didn't work out. I thought I'd be able to call in somebody to help me, but you can't. You can't. Okay, so if he's seeking out treasure, if he's seeking out things for himself, when he talks about, my understanding, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this. I don't have full understanding of everything the Bible says. But the concept of your hand, right, is your work. Right? Jimmy, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. The concept of your hand, jump strike should break the poise. Oh, cool. I'll try that. The concept of your hand is where your work comes from. Muffin Man, welcome. Thank you so much for following. And so this concept that it's like, hey, if I put all my trust in my gold and my confidence in my in my abundance, if I looked at the sun when it shone or the moon when giving a splendor, my heart has been secretly enticed and my mouth has kissed my hand, then also this would be an iniquity to be punished by the judges, that I would have been false to God above. I would put my faith in myself and in what I've done versus what God has done. I'm good, Drexo, but welcome in. Oh, yes. Goner. Strength jumping attacks are great. I just do that so often, but that's all on my own. I mean, not that y'all have seen. That I'm just doing something different, you know. Jump strikes or break. We'll try that. Watch this. Here we go. Oh, this is wrong. Let's do this one. Do we try parrying her one more time? I gotta go get the this thing. Nope, missed. Roll. We almost broke her pose. Please. My goodness, that flame does a lot of damage. Here we go. Nope. She dances for a long time. She's a good dancer. Okay, that didn't work. That did not work. She reminds me of the DS3 boss, Boreal Dancer, I believe. Is that the one that comes out of the ceiling? Or is that different? Morning, Zach. Dude, have a blessed day, man. Maybe we'll play Dark Souls 3 next. I don't know if everyone's going to get bored of me playing Souls games, but I just know them really well, so it's a lot easier for me to read while I'm doing it. Okay. So, if I have rejoiced at the ruin of him who hated me. So we see, it's like if I've... Yeah, Souls games are great. Really love them too. If I've held my own riches up in honor and glory above God, I should be torn down. If I've looked lustfully upon a woman, I should be torn down. If I've held away from justice, I should be torn down. If I have done anything in adultery, not only should I be torn down, but my wife should go to another man. Hey, thank you so much. I'm enjoying it as well. He's compiling all these things of what justice and righteousness look like, comparing them together and saying, if I've done any of these things, if I've been anything other than great, then I want to be brought low. I want to be shown the wrong that I've done, and I want to be made better. And then he moves into, if I rejoice over one who's hated me, if I have exalted when evil overtook him, I have not let my mouth sin by asking his life with a curse. If men of my tent have not said, who is there that has not been filled with his meat, the sojourner has not lodged in the street. I have opened my doors to the traveler. I have concealed my excuse me. If I have concealed my transgressions as others do by hiding my iniquity in my heart, even if I don't, oh wow, holy smokes. Thank you so much for all that stuff. Look at all that. Muffin Man, you're awesome. I appreciate you, dude. We got GG's, freestyles, heart puffs. I don't even know what all those do. Oldies, thank you. I tend to stick to Lord of the Rings online and Star Trek online because of my son. Oh, nice. That's awesome. My sons are just getting to the age where video games are a thing. Oh, man. Dude, you're sending all sorts of stuff, dude. I so appreciate it, man. What a blessing. It won't stop dinging in my ear over and over again because you keep doing it. Thank you so much, Muffin Man. Huge shout out to Muffin Man for being a great dude. Probably just need to keep doing that, huh? Christopher Farley. Watch this. Swing in. Nope, missed. What do you keep jumping back for? My daughter beat Radon when she was 8. It's because your daughter's awesome. Oh my goodness. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Roll. 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 Thank you. I wanted her to beat the game. Well, it worked. She sounds like she was awesome. Her little backwards jump. Oh, she can heal herself? That's ridiculous. Nope. Roll. Roll. That missed. Oh, my goodness. Do you know the Muffin Man? I know the Muffin Man. He lives on Drury Lane and gives like 15 gifts of random stuff. I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, so he shifts then to hiding iniquity in my heart, right? Even if I haven't outwardly done something, even if I'm holding something within my heart that I should not be holding within my heart, this is, I stood in fear of the multitude and contempt of and the contempt of families terrified me. Guys, this is such a core issue for the modern culture of Christianity. This concept that I fear the retribution, the thoughts of man more than I fear the actual God who sees my inner parts. That I will hide my sin. I will hide my sin in order that I may not be seen by other people as down. I can hold integrity by the people around me, though God knows who I am, though God knows what I do right, what I do wrong. And I'm sitting here and I'm hiding it, not because I care about what God thinks, but because I care about what mankind thinks. I stood in fear of the great multitude, and the contempt of families terrified me. The contempt of my own family is what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of the retribution of what God has for me, right? I'm afraid of what people will think of me. And then he says, so that I kept silent and did not go out of doors. Oh, that I had one to hear me. Here is my signature. Let the Almighty answer me. Oh, that the indictment written by my adversary. Oh, that I had the indictment written by my adversary. Random J says he really loves the stream and wants to join the Discord. And it's the exact same copy and paste of every other person who loves the stream on Twitch. So grateful for that, dude. Thank you so much for enjoying it. Okay. Oh, that I had the indictment written by my adversary. Real quick call out here. He doesn't know the conversation that's been happening. So the concept of how he's writing this is really, really interesting, because the adversary, right? The Satan, that's what Satan means, is literally the adversary. So he's writing in this poetic way that literally ties back to exactly what's happening, because the indictment is being brought by the adversary. That is who has been given authority to tear him down. God is given the authority to do this, but it is the adversary who's doing it, or the accuser. Surely I would carry it on my shoulder. I would bind it up. I would bind it on me as a crown. I would give him an account of all my steps. I would be more than open. I'm thinking about shutting down the Discord because I am terrible at doing it. I think there's like 2 people in there, and the Discord is just not great. So I'm not sure that we should say we have a Discord yet. I think maybe we should wait on that. But if we want to build it, we can. There is one. There's a link to it on a few of the pages that we're streaming on. You're welcome to join it. I didn't know how to use Discord until someone started asking for one, so I made one, but it's probably terrible. It's awful. So just prepare your heart for that. Okay, so he would bind it on him like a crown. He would give an account of all of his steps, right? I would stand before an accuser as in a judge, like a jury. What do you call it? Courtroom? There you go. Thank you. Courtroom. I would give an account of all my steps like a prince. I would approach him, right? I wouldn't be fearful. I wouldn't be concerned. I wouldn't fear the sake of my adversary. I view myself as full of integrity. I haven't taken these steps in these ways. I would, like a prince, I would approach this man. If my land has cried out against me, and its furrows have wept together, if I have eaten its yield without payment, and made its owners breathe their last, let thorns grow instead of wheat, the foul deeds instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. So he ends with the last 3. First off, he's like, hey, where is wisdom? Who has it? It cannot be found. Should just do that every time. It is more rare than fine gold and anything else. And then he goes into, here's what my life used to look like. Here is the joy that I got. Oh, I couldn't even do my follow-up. I got to roll into that. It does so much damage, though. Nope. Run. That's what I should do, is just start whacking her every time she comes near me. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna die. Still missed. Goodness. Probably just need to do charged R2s, huh? She's on her way in. Not really breaking her poise all the way. It does feel like she's reading my attacks, which always bothers me. When something can actively read what I'm going to do. Yeah, I deserve that. That's all right. So what I wanted to see, does Job speak again? Let's find out. It's like someone is playing her. Oh, yeah, well, a little bit. I suck enough that I'm pretty sure there's no one playing her. So yeah, we go into Elihu, which Elihu's been silent up to this point the entire time. We've only had the three other friends speak. The Lord answers Job after that. He speaks for a while, by the way. And then Job does come back and he confesses and repents. That's good. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Oh, Job's only 42 chapters long. I thought Job was 50 chapters long. All right, we got to go kill this guy. Okay, life application for today's reading. I don't think I actually rolled for. I didn't put it on. Everyone thought we were still doing the recap that whole time. Everybody thought it. Should we just, what we're going to do is we're going to walk in there. Hold on. Oh, my goodness. We're just going to rot breath her to death. And then we're going to go here. Hold on. And we're going to roll. Can we not rot a ghost? Is that... Oh my goodness, dude. Look at her read everything I'm going to do. I'm guessing I can't actually poison this person. Somebody call it out. Come on. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. It's like just kind of nonstop waterfowlish. I think we should go back to parrying. Nope. 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 Didn't work. Didn't work. Couldn't do it. All right. One of the key things that stood out to me, first off, like we're kind of focusing on the nature of like what Job's views as integrity versus, thanks, Donnie. I appreciate that. Integrity versus sin. And one of the things that really stood out to me when I was reading this, kind of prepping for this, is that integrity starts in private before it's ever seen in public. We're also reading through, like, for church right now, we're prepping a bunch of stuff for 2 Samuel, which we're going to go through. And there's a similar concept there where David first, when David deals with some massive sin in the book of 2 Samuel, David's the king of Israel, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. But a part of that is when he goes and sins with Bathsheba. For those you don't know, he sees this woman bathing on a rooftop. He goes, he's the king of Israel, and he takes her, and he has an affair with her, essentially. He's the king, so it's more like stealing someone's wife, because she can't really say no. And then he has her husband, who is one of his like generals in the army. Essentially, he has him killed. He has him go out, puts him at the very front so that he dies, and he does die. So there's this element of what led to this, though, was a private, what do you call it, like a private failing before a public one. So instead of going out to battle with his men, he stays back in Israel, which is very, very clearly like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize she could do like a cool jumping attack. Nope, couldn't do that. Couldn't get it off. He stays back instead of going with them, and then that's when he sees her. If he had gone out with his men, he would have been just fine. I just lost all those runes. I didn't even realize that. And so this concept that integrity starts in private, right? And that's what he opens up with. If I made a covenant with my eyes not to even look at a woman, right? Something that no one else can see. And so this concept that, hey, our public sin, even like what, Bull, you were talking about, like addiction, it's like this all starts in like a private, small way and then grows and becomes something that cannot be kept in private. It will be brought to the light. And we're called to bring it to the light ourselves. Just to prove Donnie wrong, I'm going to go and flawlessly parry end the life of this dancer real quick. Because I feel like my reputation's being tarnished. And I think this is important. So I just want to show you real quick. All right. It's worked off a little too well so far. We're going to back up. Okay, perfect parry right there. First try. Let's try it again. I'll do it 4 more times. I think we're going to do it more than 4 times. Okay, she doesn't stop spinning, and it's really... We're not going to do it again. I feel like that should have been a hit. No. Did I just parry the flame? Okay, there's two. There's two. Hold on. I feel like that should have parried right there. I don't think I could parry right then. I'm going to not even try. Parry that, though. You got that one. Second life application thing while we're trying to parry this person to death. Oh my goodness, I do that every time. I know that she's going to do it too. I know she's going to use that. Righteousness includes how you treat people who cannot benefit you. It's like a core aspect of what Job talks about here. Righteousness is absolutely a part of how we treat people who can benefit us in no way. And it's one of Job's like most important elements of what he brings in his quote unquote like court case, right? To God. It's like, hey, listen, I have treated all these people who cannot ever respect, like cannot ever return. Heavenly Breast, thanks so much. I got to go too, actually. I got to go ready for work. And so I'll end with this, and then we'll come back and fight this dancer tomorrow. It matters what we do with our desire, right? Whether that's an addiction, whether it's money, power, reputation, what we do with those things is massively important, and it ties directly into our righteousness to God. And yes, Jesus has purchased a way for us, but now we're called to live as Jesus did, to live as Christ, to die as gain. That's where we're at. And so with that, I appreciate y'all being here. I got to go as well. I got to go get ready for work. I actually have a job that they pay me money to do, so I got to go do that. But we'll be here tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's 5:30 a.m. my time, Mountain time. And I appreciate y'all. See you later. You guys have a great one. Keep Christ the center focus of your life. Stay in step with the Spirit. And we're probably going to be going through a few chapters tomorrow because we have Elihu starting to speak. So, Brian, you have a blessed day too, man. Muffin Man, thank you so much for everything, man. I really appreciate you. Bull and fam, appreciate y'all being here. Donnie, thanks so much for being here, man, too. And I hope you guys have a great, great day. Be blessed. And we'll see y'all tomorrow morning. God bless you, lineman. Appreciate it. All right. Peace out, y'all. See you tomorrow.